know nothing like that in his past, did hockey. And then we've got Eddie Knuckles, who's the tattooed one in the Muay Thai shorts, who has boxed quite a bit in the military. Although Greg said he prefers to stand up and fight too, and he looks like he's got a lot of power. Eddie's done Kung Fu, Taekwondo, boxing. Oh, and he goes for a takedown. Misses the first shot and gets caught under Greg's sprawl. Eddie said he's been grappling for 2 years.
Eddie should look to try a knee walk in. Basically just self-explanatory. Walk in on his knees, hold on to that leg for dear life, and just keep trying to get closer and better position for a takedown.
Yeah, it looks like he's kind of stifled by Greg's strength right here, because he's really not trying to sit out. He's not trying to drive anymore. I think Greg's doing a great job at really squeezing that front headlock. And he goes for the back and doesn't make it. Good counter by, good protective measure by Eddie. Eddie is not giving his back up. Very smart.
After what we saw in the last fight, that's true, that'd be a pretty good idea. And so far, Greg has had a really dominant sprawl and a good front headlock.
Yeah, he looks really strong in that position. Maybe hockey and the hockey fights could be counted as some mixed martial arts or combat experience, that's for sure, because it looks like he's doing fine out there.
Very composed. We've seen a whole lot of composed rookies out there tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, Eddie too. I was very impressed just his interview backstage. Very well-spoken, soft-spoken, and he's out here. He's not panicking, not making any mistakes, protecting his back. Doesn't want to let Greg get to his back and go for the choke, which is what we saw in the last fight.
Right.
Or a couple fights ago.
So both fighters clearly have shown what they want to do here. Greg wants to go around, try and take the back, work from there. And Eddie basically doesn't want him to. He wants that takedown.
And I would say Greg is throwing some effective shots from the sprawl position on top. He's got a lot of power on those punches.
Should also be noted, Greg is representing Team Eclectic Karate. And you see that word karate, it's become like a buzzword. It's almost taboo to think, oh, he's a karate fighter. You think chin out, hands down. But he's shown to be really effective so far in the ring.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they work everything over there. They work grappling, they work, ground submissions, jiu-jitsu, sprawling, everything. Now, Kenny Florian in the audience was yelling for Greg to get back to his feet. And I'd listen to Kenny. I don't know if Greg can hear him. But Greg does look like he's dominating the fight here, but apparently Kenny thinks that if he got back to his feet, he could finish the fight.
Right.
Very, very effective strikes. Look at that.
Yeah.
Those are jackhammers coming in. I mean, really powerful punching from the sprawl position.
Really laying in those shots. Really, Greg is winning this fight so far, landing those shots.
Really, I mean, I wonder why Eddie doesn't sit back into his guard, but he's surviving, and I guess he doesn't. He prefers to fight from the turtle position. Well, here we go. Kenny yelled for Greg to let his hands go. Eddie has a military boxing record of 5-4 and a martial arts record that's including Taekwondo, Kung Fu, stuff like that, of 7-2. And he's caught again under that sprawl. And I noticed he dropped his hands when Greg delivered a pretty hard leg kick. So you don't want to drop your hands, because with a kick like that, it would be lights out if Greg went high with a kick.
Absolutely. Eddie's trying to work his way back to his feet as Greg lands some good knees.
Eddie tries to answer, and he drives again and gets caught under Greg's sprawl. Eddie's doing a great job at being persistent, But I gotta say, Greg's just a little stronger right now. His sprawl is too dominant.
See, at this point, as we're nearing the midway mark of round 2, Eddie's got to try something different. Like you said, maybe pull back into a guard. Really try just anything different, because so far, just me walking in, trying to get that takedown isn't working because Greg's sprawl is just so dominant.
Absolutely. I talked to Greg. I was wondering, if he had any background in any of the combat martial arts. Like I said, he just played juniors hockey. And he was there with Pat Schultz, who'll be fighting later. His friend Pat Schultz, who also has a background in baseball and hockey and not fighting. But you know what? I think that maybe I'm going to cross-train with some hockey next week. Eddie just looks like he's tired, He's like he's a little winded, and he's just doesn't know what to do with Greg's power and his sprawl. What do you think?
Right. No, I agree. He looks gassed and befuddled right now. Obviously going in for the takedown isn't working. He's taking those big shots in the meantime. Looks like Greg really developed a game plan as the fight went on.
That's it. It looks like he's out. I mean, I thought I saw Eddie go limp for a sec, and Greg actually said to the ref, he's out. Those shots are so heavy. I mean, that's the time when Eddie has to move. And if he's not moving, I almost think the ref could warn him or stop the fight, because we don't want to see him get hurt.
Right. After a while, it just becomes unnecessary. It's the same old song now from Greg and Eddie.
Yeah.
Hit him in the ribs! That's it! Hit him in the ribs!
So at this point, Greg really has no reason to go back on the feet.
That's it!
Well,
That's it!
You're right, because he's winning the fight, although you and Kenny Florian disagree, as Kenny continues to yell for Greg to get back to the feet.
Go, Greg! That's it, Greg!
But as a first-time fighter, you got to be thinking, I'm winning this fight, I'm on top, guys under me, why move? I'm picking them apart.
That's true.
That's it, it's over.
That's got to be it. That's it. Stop the fight.
And your winner, representing Eclectic Karate, Greg Ribello. Let's put our hands together for a great competitor here, and Eddie Knuckles.